Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Today, we're going to continue talking about doing velocity banking using a biweekly paycheck. A biweekly paycheck. Now, in the previous videos, I've talked about using velocity banking with my total income for the entire month at about $3,000 plus. But we also want to say, okay, I get a weekly paycheck. How can velocity banking work for me every 2 weeks or weekly? So today we're going to start looking at day three, velocity banking on a weekly paycheck. And we're using my weekly paycheck. Now, I've already indicated that I began the month of March with $190.55 in my checking accounts. I have moved from my saving accounts and my checking accounts to my income onto the credit cards that I'm trying to pay down, and it has been successful. So when I started this, I may have been in $25,000 in credit card debt, and now I think I'm down to between 10 to maybe $15,000 in credit card debt by only doing one simple change. Rather than having my money sit in the bank to eventually pay my bills, I've now selected credit cards where I have a large balance, and now my paycheck is going from the employer, going to the bank, and is going directly onto those cards, particularly one card so that I can be focused. So now, going back to where I started, I began March 1st, 2020 with only $190.55 in the bank. I've already paid the rent earlier in February through my checking account, which then hit my credit card. So I now know how to use that process, and I'm advising my clients on how to also do it. Now, so far of my utilities in my budget, I think is maybe $500 for the utilities. So I paid all the utilities for this month from the 190 in general. So I placed it on the card, brought the balance down, and that left me with $57.12. I still have to pay the light bill, which I'm going to put the money from my paycheck onto it. Every 2 weeks, I'm bringing home $1696.93. I will be paid the first time on the 8th. The $1693 is going on to this $5,394 debt. When I get paid a second time, this $1698 is going on to the $5,394 in debt, whatever stuff. But as a caveat, I am holding back $100 out of this $96.93. I will hold out of each one of the checks just to have some cash on the side to kind of still work through and understand the velocity banking. Just like my clients are kind of like, I don't know about putting everything on it. I'm also not putting everything on it until I'm comfortable and fully understand. And it's not really hard, but you still it's a mindset change and in trying to see how it needs to be done. Okay. I want to get more of this. Okay. So again, once I get this check on the 8th, that's coming up, it's $16.96, but I'm gonna keep $96.93 and put it in the bank. The only bills that's coming up is the electric bill. So as soon as I get paid of this $696, I'm going ahead and put it onto the card. Now that's going to satisfy the payment for that month. So that is amazing. This card has a payment of $174, but as soon as I put this check onto this card, that is the monthly payment. So I've just increased my cash flow by $174. I still have access to all this resources on a card, plus I've made my payment. And that's been kind of difficult for some people to grasp. Well, how does that work? Again, once I make that $1,600 payment, it satisfies the $174 payment I had to make. And I still have access to it. So you may have to watch a couple of videos on velocity banking, and I encourage you to do that, because this is the secret sauce. Now, if we think about January and February, I paid off a couple of other credit cards, like the Discover card, the Patel card, the Capital One card, and I think a Walmart card. They all came up to about $125 worth of monthly payments. All that is now a part of my cash flow, because I'm no longer paying the cards, is a part of the cash flow. So once I get rid of this card here, 174 will start also being a part of the cash flow, and it's helping me to build momentum to hit each and every card. So I'm not going out and creating necessarily more debt outside of my monthly debt that I already have and my daily debt. So I hope I don't create any other bills. So if I don't, all these cash flows that I'm creating is going back in to help me pay down the debt. So I'm not doing anything special. Only thing that I'm doing now to pay down the debt is simply going my paycheck to the bank immediately to any credit cards that I have with a high balance. Now, the great thing about it is it's going to come to a point where it's going to come to a point where all the credit cards are paid off. So I got to find other places to pay down debt, which is that $150,000 in student loan and that $144,000 in 3 mortgages. But this velocity banking thing is working for me. I absolutely love it. Showing my clients how to do it. Love to work with you on doing it. The other thing was the credit score. So I opened up the credit score today through Wells Fargo FICA 8, and my credit score has gone up 375. It's up to, I'm sorry, it's up to 775 points. The credit score, 15 points away from an 800. I removed myself from 2 authorized cards that I was on to build my credit. That should move it up further. So I'm thinking in the next 2 months, everything goes well, continue to do velocity banking, I should hit 800 on the credit profile. I don't want to call it my score because I don't own it. This pen is my pen and I own it. So when I say credit score or my credit score, please try to correct me, because it's a credit profile that others own and they placed on me. All right. So I think, the cash rewards. So the cash rewards will also be in the monthly, because I'm doing well in general with everything around. I'm getting at least $30 a month in cash rewards. That's going to help in general. So yeah, I am doing well. Um, so I'm encouraging my clients and encouraging people I know to try to move as much as you can. If you have debt on the credit cards, to the credit cards, let that payment be your monthly payment, and it'll increase your cash flow. Now I'm doing this bi-weekly to show how the cash flow actually increases. So you're gonna follow me? We're gonna continue to look at, okay, when I get paid, if I pay this, I don't have to pay that. Again, if I pay this 1,600 onto here and then pay the rest of my credit card bills, in theory, they're saying that I should not have to be making this, and it becomes cash flow. Now, I believe it's the case because the past 2 months, I paid off credit card bills. I've increased my cash flow for about 125, and it's going back into this whole process. So I like it. I like it. Once again, this is Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much to all the people who subscribe and continue to follow. Thank you for all the comments of trying to help me improve this. I'm trying to get a board where it can cover more and I can erase. Um, but yeah, so every day I'm try to bring you how I'm doing so far in general, and left with $57.12 cash in the bank. And if I really have to fall back on the cards, then I'm gonna fall back on this one and just start working it down. All right, thank you very much. You have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.